The UN has adopted a resolution condemning the construction of Israeli settlements in Palestinian territories. Tel Aviv has rejected it, with the Prime Minister's office releasing a statement saying the country, quote, will not abide by its terms. RT's Paul Aslia reports.
Well, the resolution demands that Israel stop its settlement building on occupied Palestinian territory. Now, this refers to territory that Israel has occupied since 1967, and it includes East Jerusalem, saying that such settlements have no legal validity. The resolution was adopted with 14 votes in favor, and it is a historic resolution, as it is the first one that has been passed by the United Nations Security Council on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in almost 8 years. It all happened because the United States abstained, despite the fact that in the past the US has always vetoed resolutions which go against Israeli interests. It obviously marks a very low moment for Israeli-American relations. Israel is infuriated by such a step by the current Obama administration, with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office releasing a statement in which it says, and I'm quoting, that Israel rejects the shameful anti-Israel resolution at the United Nations and will not abide by its terms.
Israelis deeply appreciate one of the great pillars of the U.S.-Israel alliance, the willingness over many years of the United States to stand up in the UN and veto anti-Israel resolutions.
Our commitment to the security of Israel is rock solid. The United States will always have Israel's back when it comes to Israel's security.
Those who threaten Israel threaten us. And I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself in the United Nations and around the world.
AIPAC is deeply disturbed by the failure of the Obama administration to exercise its veto to prevent a destructive, one-sided anti-Israel resolution from being enacted by the United Nations Security Council.
And we ask ourselves, what happened today? What changed? Why the U.S. abandoned Israel and allowed a shameful resolution to pass at the Security Council?
We discussed the issue with journalist Amir Oren. He told us that America's abstention could ultimately be an act of revenge by the Obama administration.
Well, Benjamin Netanyahu has been on very bad terms with Barack Obama since day one. They both entered office simultaneously in early 2009, and the relationship has always been stormy, because Netanyahu was obviously pro-Republican. He didn't want the Democratic president to succeed, especially in his Iranian policy. And after Donald Trump won the elections November 8, Netanyahu did not hide his pleasure at the defeat that Hillary Clinton suffered, and thereby the Obama legacy. This was obviously an opportunity for Obama to return the favor.
A new report has been released detailing what it claims is unnecessary U.S. government spending. RT's Alexei Reshevsky with more on the 2016 Waste Report.
The U.S. federal budget is obviously huge. It's one of the richest countries in the world, and, miscellaneous expenditures are also huge. But Senator Rand Paul, who is also the chairman of the Subcommittee on Federal Spending Oversight, listed the things that the budget had spent on in 2016. The overall expenditure amounted to $1.4 billion, and some of those things are should raise a couple of eyebrows anywhere, especially in America. Like some of the things on the list of 37 things that the government wasted the money on, according to the report, included lost cranes and bulldozers in Afghanistan, $29 million. The study, What Makes the Perfect First Date, $2.5 million. Studied if smiling in a selfie makes you happier, $500,000, $500,000. They also studied people's like and tolerance of spicy food, also $500,000. And last but not least, that's probably my personal favorite, They studied people's experiences with sea monsters, invisible birds, and other supernatural activity. This time it was only $150,000. Other things on this list included renovating a cafeteria at the Department of Defense, which was closed several months later, and they spent $6 million on that. So the 37 things on this list are quite hilarious, to be exact. And, you know, again, as I've said, the budget is a huge thing, and the expenditures would be huge. The problem is, right now, the external debt of the United States is $19 trillion, and according to Rand Paul, it means every single U.S. citizen owes at least $938 to some other countries in the world. When those things are put into perspective, it sounds even more bizarre.
Going underground is next.